So what really makes a teacher education college credible? It's a huge question, and the answer affects pretty much everyone, from students and parents all the way up to the policymakers who are shaping our entire educational future.
So what's the central challenge here? It really boils down to this. How do we know for sure that the programs training our future educators are actually getting them ready for the classrooms of tomorrow? I mean, these classrooms are dynamic, they're diverse, and they're more demanding than ever. This isn't just some academic debate. It's about the very foundation of our society.
First, let's just dive into why credibility matters so much in the first place. The quality of a teacher's education, it creates this powerful ripple effect. And understanding that is the absolute key to seeing the bigger picture.
Yeah, this lays out the stakes perfectly. It's a direct chain reaction, right? Better preparation leads to more effective teachers. More effective teachers drive greater student success. And successful students, well, they go on to build stronger communities for all of us. It just goes to show you the credibility of these programs isn't just an internal affair, it's a public good.
Okay, so what's the first pillar of a credible program? It all starts with the core curriculum. The best way to think about it is like the architectural blueprint for building a great teacher. You wouldn't build a house without a solid plan, right? The whole structure would be at risk. So what goes into that blueprint?
Here we go. These are basically the 5 non-negotiables. A credible curriculum can't just be theory. It has to be grounded in the actual science of how people learn. It makes sure teachers know their subject inside and out, of course, but also that they have practical skills, like for classroom management and using modern teaching techniques. And crucially, it prepares them to meet the needs of every single student in today's diverse classrooms. A great blueprint is pretty useless without expert builders, yeah? That brings us right to our second pillar, the faculty. These are the mentors who take that curriculum off the page and bring it to life, shaping the next generation of educators.
Now, in a top-tier program, you're going to find 2 essential types of faculty. On one side, you have the researcher. This is the innovator, the one connecting theory to practice with all the latest evidence-based strategies. Then, on the other side, you have the veteran practitioner, the seasoned teacher bringing years of real-world, hard-won wisdom straight from the front lines of the classroom.
So here's the crucial point. It's not an either-or situation. A program with only researchers might be a little too theoretical, and one with only veterans might be missing out on the latest scientific insights. The real magic happens in the blend, where that cutting-edge theory meets real-world practical application.
And now for our third pillar, because all the theory and expert guidance in the world means very little until it's actually put to the test. This is the proving ground, the real-world practice where student teachers finally move from theory into the classroom.
A credible program doesn't just throw trainees into the deep end. No way. It's a carefully structured journey. It starts with just classroom observation, learning by watching the experts. Then it moves to co-teaching, where they're actively helping and leading lessons right alongside a mentor. It's a true apprenticeship. Finally, it all leads to supervised solo teaching, where they take the lead but with a strong safety net of support and feedback.
So we have the curriculum, the faculty, and the hands-on practice. But how do we know it's all actually working? Well, that brings us to our fourth and final pillar, proof of performance. This is where we measure the results that truly matter.
Data can tell a really powerful story. Just look at this comparison. Graduates from a program we'd call credible have a 92% employment rate within a year. That's significantly higher than the national average. And this number alone tells you something really important. School districts trust these graduates and are eager to hire them. And behind that data are real people. A quote like this from a recent graduate, it says it all. The difference between knowing what to teach and knowing how to teach is just everything. Feeling prepared and confident from day one, that is the ultimate testament to a program's credibility. So let's bring it all together. When you're looking at a teacher education program, these are the 4 fundamental pillars to look for. A strong curriculum that's grounded in science, an expert faculty that blends research and experience, robust practice that connects theory to the classroom, and, of course, the proven results of its graduates.
And that leaves us with one final question for you. Of everything we've talked about, the curriculum, the faculty, the hands-on practice, or the hard data, what's the one factor that would most build your trust in a program responsible for training our future teachers? It's a crucial question for all of us. Thanks for joining this explainer.